Should the San Francisco 49ers be buyers or sellers at the trade deadline? I think a lot is going to be determined based on the outcome of this upcoming game, 49ers versus Cowboys. Obviously, you get the win. Bye, bye, bye. It's time to put everything you can into helping get this roster back on track so you can go on a run. I know a lot of fans are ready to throw in the towel and say it's over with. The 49ers have no chance. Well, I'm not one of those fans. I believe the 49ers, if they get this win against the Cowboys, it's time to go all in, and you got to get all the things possible at your disposal. And could that be DeForest Buckner? The San Francisco 49ers have been linked to multiple former 49ers players and others as well by Deanna Rossini of The Athletic via trade. So this came out yesterday. According to Diana Rossini, DeForest Buckner is a name that is circulating amongst high-end officials in the 49ers organization. Now, to kind of contextualize Diana Rossini, she's very connected to Mike Silver. Mike Silver obviously has his sources inside the building, so I'm assuming that's kind of the loop of information and how it's coming through. But hey, DeForest Buckner, the 49ers lose out on Javon Hargrave to IR for the season. They need interior defensive tackle help very badly. And who better than DeForest Buckner to come in and obviously know exactly how to fill that role, has played within the wide nine scheme, obviously, and could come in and create an impact right away. Now, the question that you have to have with DeForest is, well, how much? How much is it going to cost via trade? And would the Colts even want to trade DeForest Buckner to begin with, because he has been a foundational piece to their locker room and their culture, just like he was before he was traded from the San Francisco 49ers. So I think we would all agree that we would love DeForest Buckner back, but I'm curious to know what that cost would be. And I want to know if you guys want DeForest Buckner back. Let me know in the comments below. But there are some other names that the 49ers have also been attached to. Another former Niner, defensive tackle DJ Jones. Now, a lot of people like the idea of bringing DJ Jones in, obviously, because we remember what he was the last time he was with the San Francisco 49ers. Very disruptive nose tackle, has the ability to kind of shift between the zero tech all the way out to the three tech and play every spot in between. He's a really good interior defensive tackle, good first step quickness, and a pretty solid pass rusher from the interior. He is on the final year of his contract, so it would be a rental for DJ Jones. He does carry a decent sized cap hit, but it would be interesting to see if the San Francisco 49ers were interested in a reunion with one of the two interior defensive tackles that got drafted by the San Francisco 49ers. And again, it's a theme to this one. Another former 49er has been linked, and has been linked multiple times throughout this season. Kendrick Bourne. Now, obviously, I don't even know if Kendrick has played this year. I believe he's been dealing with an injury, so he hasn't had the opportunity to play. Obviously, a fan favorite in a sense because of his energy and what he brought to the table. And he held the role that Third and Juwan holds now, before it was Third and Juwan. So he was the touchdown kind of third down chain mover for the San Francisco 49ers. And obviously, with Brandon Ayuk going down, Juwan Jennings being out right now, the 49ers obviously could be looking to add at wide receiver as well, because again, I hear a lot of conversations about, oh, the 49ers are good, they're going to rely on their young depth at wide receiver, and no need to make a trade. And again, that's perfectly fine. I don't disagree with that sentiment at all, but that doesn't take into consideration injuries. Injuries are going to happen. And when you look at this wide receiver core, Deebo Samuel, Juwan Jennings, who is currently out, Ricky Pearsall, who missed all of training camp with a shoulder injury, which was his third injury of the offseason prior to getting shot, Jacob Cowing, who missed multiple days of training camp as well with injuries. These guys have been banged up already. There's no guarantee they're going to stay healthy the remainder of the year. And as you can see, heading into the Dallas Cowboys game, they're already down Jawan Jennings. So there's no guarantee that these guys are going to stay healthy. So I totally get the thought process of just going out and, hey, let's see what our young guys have. I'm fine with that. But you need depth. That is the key element here is you need depth, and if you can have someone who can contribute as well, absolutely. So that's why I have been of the mindset that I do think the 49ers will be interested in trading for a wide receiver. I don't think they're going to be going all in. I don't think they're going to go out and get a big name. I think they're going to be smart with it, try to get a cost effective player who could come in and provide an impact, veteran player who can do something of that nature. So again, I don't necessarily believe that this they're gonna go for the Garrett Wilson and drop multiple first round. I don't think that's the case. I think in this realm of wide receiver, you don't spend any more than a fifth round. Maybe you go out and get a Darius Slayton for a sixth. I can't even imagine Kendrick Bourne would be a fifth round. He probably is sixth to seventh range in regards to value, especially coming off an injury. So that's where that makes sense. He makes sense from a value perspective, not having to give up a ton to be able to get him. So I think that's where the 49ers should be. I think at the top of the list, obviously, is Deontay Johnson for a wide receiver that the 49ers could target. A guy who would be able to step in, still kind of in his tail end of his peak, but he could still provide value, quality route runner, good hands, and could fit a role. But the 49ers also have been linked to Devon Godshaw. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly, but another defensive tackle from the Patriots. So I think it's kind of clear with what we've seen with players that the San Francisco 49ers have already been linked to interior defensive tackle and wide receiver. And again, it makes sense to me to be able to go out and target those two positions. I think they feel better at their edge depth with Sam O. They got Robert Beal. I would like a guy like Aziz Ojulari to see what that would look like. Maybe you can strike a deal where you get Darius Slayton and Aziz Ojulari, and then you go out and get an interior defensive tackle as well. That way, you're able to bolster your defensive line depth. Obviously, we should be getting Yetur Gross-Matos back anytime soon, but he's also just been banged up all year, so just hasn't been able to be reliable up until this point. But I do think that the San Francisco 49ers should be in the market for interior defensive tackle and wide receiver. You tell me who you think the 49ers should go out and get, because again, or you can tell me, no, we're not going to go trade for anyone. The season is over. I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.